Hello everyone, welcome to another video spotlight for Sun City Orthopedic. My name is Ruben Aguirre and today I am here with Dr. Xavier Munoz with Valley Medical Clinic. Dr. Munoz, welcome.
Thank you.
So wanted to just get to know you a little bit and find out what motivated you to get into medicine. So why don't we start there? How did you get started?
Well, you know, my mom was a office manager for anesthesiologist, and when I was a kid, I'd go to the office, and he was never there. He was always traveling. He had fancy cars. He had a great house. I said, I want to be a doctor. As later I got into college and I started working in a local emergency room, I saw the need for primary care, saw the need for helping the poor and indigent. So I actually completely switched gears and got into medicine to help with the poor and the indigent, and that's why I became a family physician, for just to help folks of all walks of life. So that's how I got into medicine.
Excellent. And what are some of the what are some of the values or the mission that drives your practice?
No, my mission is really a clinic that is accessible for all, a clinic that's affordable. We see folks of all walks of life, all different insurances, and that's really my main mission of my practice.
And what are the services that you guys provide through?
We see infants, we see geriatrics, people of all ages. We do hormone therapy. We've done immunizations, and just a general overall family practice of multiple disease processes.
And what would you say makes your medical practice different or unique from other alternatives?
That's simple. I'm local, from here, born and raised on the east side. My practice is on the east side. I know the local community. I have friends and family here. So it is a more personal feeling when you know that your doc's from the city and from the community.
And how do you help make the process easier for patients when they come to see you?
The process is not easy in any office. There's lots of wait times, especially among primary care clinics. What we're trying to do is have patients maybe email us information or call us for information before they get seen, so that way we have all the information. They don't have to go through the registration process that quickly. We've added a couple more more phone lines, and then we have an employee that answers phone calls and tries to return phone calls within a day.
Excellent. And what are some of the ways that you solve problems for your patients outside the immediate medical care that they need?
You name it, we've done it. We've had to help patients, maybe with transportation, with rides, even get some food. I even remember one time that a patient sold her TV to come see me. It was for a copay because she really needed her medications, and I felt so bad. It was around Christmas time, actually. Then I ended up going to a local TV place, bought a TV for her, and I was out of pocket, so what? But I felt so bad I actually bought a TV for a patient.
That's awesome that you have that heart for patients that way.
That's a good story.
That's cool. And what are some patients, aside from that story, are there any other patient stories that really stand out, or
as a family physician, we have many stories. I try not to think of too many stories because there's so many, and it's more the patient experience as a whole, my population as a whole, that I'm grateful for, and just being with these different families who are my patients is an excellent experience. I do have one in particular. When I was young in my training, I delivered a baby from a family from Java, and the baby was a tiny little baby. I'm 6 foot tall, and I still have the photograph of the Javan family who was there for the delivery, and it's me, 6 foot tall Hispanic, with like 4 foot tall Javans. Super happy. It was a wonderful story. It was a great experience.
Awesome.
Great experience.
Cool. Did you get a picture of that?
Yeah, I still have the photo.
Awesome. You're gonna have to send that over so we can check it out.
Yeah, I still have that photo.
So what are questions that you wish patients would ask you, but they hardly ever?
Really, what I like for patients to ask is, I really want them to ask about how they can improve their diet, their health, their exercise, reduction of stress, and preventive. come in for preventative. I want patients to tell me how we can help them with preventative services, preventative therapies, because that would reduce 50% of a lot of issues.
How do you want the market to perceive you? What do you want them to think about when they hear Valley Medical Clinic?
I want them to think that they have a home, that we care, that we want to be part of their family, that we are invested in their health care, we are engaged in their health, in people's health care. But the most part, that they leave knowing that we care about them, from the front staff to our office manager to my medical assistant, that we truly care about them as a person and their health care and their family.
And if you wanted a potential patient to remember you by only one thing, what would that be?
That they're comfortable, that they're comfortable. When they come to see us, that they're comfortable and they can talk to us about anything. That would be important.
Yeah. Something we were talking about off camera as well was just how many times you become like an extension of the family.
Yeah,
you know,
priest,
like
friends.
Priest, yeah.
There's a lot of times when patients that say, hey, they start off with the same saying, doctor, say father. I'm like, stick with doctor.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that information. So now what I want to do is shift gears a little bit and talk about how you started working with and why you've been working with Sun City Orthopedic.
I started working with Sun City Orthopedic because it was almost on a whim with their office manager, Tony Sides, who's an amazing person. I would call her and I'd say, I need this patient to be seen for this reason quickly. She would say, yes, bring him on in. And so it just became more my go-to person when I would need a patient who needed to be seen relatively quickly, who needed an issue, who was complicated. And we built a relationship throughout the years that if something were to occur, if we needed something pretty quickly, they were right on the spot. She was right on the spot to get our patients in a timely fashion.
What is it about that experience that you've most enjoyed working with them?
What I do like is that patients are seen relatively quickly, excellent service, excellent physicians, really good guys overall, very personal guys. I know that my patients have a great experience from start to finish. And like I think we did say off camera, that unfortunately there are times when a patient is not happy with a specialist. They will come back to me upset. They will be telling me the issues. And a specialist is almost an extension of a primary care doc. So when a patient has an excellent experience, it makes me look good. It makes me look like I made a good choice. So I'm very happy with Sun City Ortho because their service has been outstanding for my patient population.
Can you think about one particular experience with Sun City Ortho that really stands out?
Yes, I can. As a matter of fact, it happened just about maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago. I had a patient that fractured his collarbone, was in the ER. They didn't really take him seriously. He went to another orthopedic surgeon. They really didn't do much for him. He was really unhappy. He was still in a lot of pain. He came to me, I saw his x-rays, and I said, yeah, there seems to be an issue. I called Tony Sides, got him in within 72 hours. Next thing I know, he had surgery, and he was all healed and much better. He was extremely happy. What was important on the back end of the story when he came back to see him, and I didn't know this gentleman that well, he was a Navy veteran from Vietnam.
Wow.
So it made me feel good that we were able to take care of this veteran in a timely fashion with Sun City Ortho.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had mentioned as well that he had a hard time being able to have a doctor see him at all.
Right. He had a little bit of difficulty time. So, and when he came to me, I knew he was in a lot of pain. He was in his last resorts, and as being a primary care doc, I could only point him in the right direction for this particular incident. And it was an excellent outcome.
How has Sun City Ortho helped you achieve your goals for Valley Medical Clinic?
Well, I think back to our initial mission of caring. When I call the staff, especially like Tony Sides, and I'm in the room with the patient, and we are talking about the patient, and we are getting the information to the right people, they see that we're caring. They see that we are actually engaged. We just don't give them a referral and move on. That we are actually planning their appointments, and I think patients really see that as a fundamental, important part of the caring process, the healthcare process.
Last question is, what would be the biggest reason why you would recommend people go with Sun City Ortho?
Simply excellent surgeons, excellent service, and just the guys. All the orthopedic surgeons are very personal, very nice, very caring. That's what I get consistently back from my patients. And unfortunately, sometimes with some subspecialists, they're so busy, they have so many patients, they only have so much time with the patient that they don't get that personal connection like family physicians do with patients. At Sun City Ortho, though, the patients seem to come back saying, you know what, I really liked Dr. Rochek, I really liked Dr. Science, I really felt he cared. That's the importance, that's the difference that I'm seeing.
Excellent, great. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your day, and I know that you've got to run and go take care of patients. We already kept you a little bit longer than intended, but thank you for just sharing with us today. Just for our viewers, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what would be the best way to do that?
You can call us at our office at 915-592-8223, and our office is Valley Medical Clinic at 7812 Gateway East, Suite 230. Come on by. I think you'll really enjoy the experience.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Munoz.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
And thank you, everyone. We'll see you on the next video spotlight.